Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, this motion is the last opportunity to amend the bill, and it does so without delaying passage. We all agree that PFAS chemicals that present health risk to the public should be cleaned up as quickly as possible, but it should be done according to the best available science. The majority often likes to claim that they're the party of science. Unfortunately, this bill ignores science and facts for scoring political talking points by grouping together an entire class of PFAS chemicals. Some of these chemicals are essential to life-saving medical devices. Others provide for cutting-edge technologies in aerospace that is critical to our national security. By ignoring scientific evidence, this bill would kill innovations that could help further lift people's standard of living and save lives. I understand and share frustrations for slow cleanup of the dangerous PFAS chemicals. In my own district, Fairchild Air Force Base and Airway Heights, Washington are dealing with PFAS. However, we just passed bipartisan legislation based on science through the NDAA that will ensure that affected communities are cleaned up quickly. This bill would ignore those efforts. It's unprecedented that Congress would unilaterally classify chemicals under CERCLA. By doing so, Congress will designate communities like Airway Heights a Superfund site, significantly harming their ability to attract new investments and hurting property values. Instead of trying to score political points, we should be proud of the bipartisan achievement of the NDAA and continue to work to clean up our communities and get results. This amendment is a good faith effort to improve this legislation in a way that enhances its effort to protect all Americans from harmful chemicals. Section 5 of H.R. 535 seeks to guarantee protection of vulnerable populations from potential PFAS dangers in their drinking waters. It states that the new rule shall be protective of the health of subpopulations at greater risk. The Safe Drinking Water Act already identifies pregnant women as an at-risk group. However, there's not just one.
Mr. Speaker, House is not in order. Members.
When it comes to pregnant women,
Gentlewoman's recognized.
Okay, thank you. When it comes to pregnant women that are at risk, there are two people at risk: the pregnant woman and the unborn child. The science is clear. Technology today allows us to look inside the womb. We see the baby's development day by day, week by week. That person is the most vulnerable population that should be protected. This motion to recommit is simple, it's clear, it's direct. It clarifies the protection of vulnerable populations must include any unborn child. Yesterday, Chairman Pallone recognized the potential harm these chemicals can have on child development. Today, Speaker Pelosi reiterated the importance of protecting expectant mothers. By rejecting this amendment, you would be further denying the science of the development of a child in the womb. This motion is consistent with policy that EPA itself has employed, considering the impact of chemical exposures to babies in the womb. For example, in 2011, the EPA, under President Obama, decided to regulate certain chemicals in drinking water based in part to the impacts in the in utero person. Congress also passed bipartisan legislation, a law, in 2004, the Unborn Victims of Violence Act, recognizing the personhood of an unborn child. This motion makes a small but vital improvement to this bill. It's an improvement that's necessary to preserve the central goal of the bill's sponsors, protecting vulnerable populations. If that's the majority's goal, then this amendment should be accepted. It does not strike or delay anything in the bill. It only clarifies what is considered a vulnerable population based on the same language in the bipartisan 2004 Act. And most importantly, it protects the unborn child. something that I hope everyone in this room can agree should be one of our greatest priorities, to protect people before they are born and at every stage of their lives. I urge my colleagues to support science by supporting my motion to recommit, and I yield back the balance of my time.